This is Joe Brandenburg coming to you from Hog University, the hoggiest gym in the Midwest. Today's workout was very interesting. I did 5 sets of 20 at 320 pounds, 145 kilos. Not the most weight I've ever done for 5x20, but I went totally raw, kind of back to the bare bones. I didn't use my knee sleeves, I didn't use a belt. I just wanted to get back to the total beginning, so that way as I go up in weight I can add in those tools to feel more comfortable. I don't necessarily think I get any weight out of my Eleiko knee sleeves, but I do think that they make me feel more comfortable with proprioception and going down and stuff. It felt really weird. I don't think I've squatted without knee sleeves in several months. With the new SBD knee sleeves, I know I get weight out of them. They're really helpful. They're really tight. You would understand that they were very helpful if you see how hard it is to get them on. You have to use like rolling up techniques just to get them on your fucking leg. And even with my quads, it's kind of hard to keep them up. I think they slide down a little bit. They don't necessarily bunch up a lot, but I don't think they go up on my leg as high as they probably should or would for most people. But I still do get some weight out of them, I'm sure. Another interesting thing about this workout was that between sets of 20 reps on the squat, I was doing 2 miles on the exercise bike. And that would come out to about 10 minutes at a moderate pace. Not busting my balls, but not taking it easy either by any means. So cumulatively through the whole workout, I got 100 total reps with roughly 50% of my 1 rep max. It might be a little higher percent actually. And I got 10 miles on the exercise bike, which came out to be about 55 minutes, because at the end my legs were cramping up, so I had to get off the bike for a couple minutes and do it with my arms because I couldn't straighten and bend my knees without cramping up. It's pretty intense. I'm kind of detrained because for the past week I haven't really done much training. I haven't squatted for about a week. I did some heavy pulling, but I didn't really do anything in the way of conditioning. So I basically just pulled up heavy. You know, that's not going to build up your cardiovascular. It's not going to give you the ability to do the work you need to do. One thing I'd like to talk about is the reason that I train the way I do. It might seem really stupid to some people and just fucking retarded, which that's fine because everyone trains differently, I think. Or they should at least try to train differently. Try out what works for you best. I'm trying to build my foundation really big, kind of like a pyramid. If my 1 rep max is the top of the pyramid, you know, that 600 pound squat right now, or I mean in the future, maybe a 700, 800, 900 pound squat, you know, we're building for the future. So doing these high rep days, just myelinating the shit out of the pathway for squatting, building the muscle you need to get really strong, I think it's really helpful, and I think maybe it doesn't make sense to some people, but to me it does. I was small when I was younger, so I mean, it's built me some big legs and stuff that are very helpful for squatting. A lot of weight. It's kind of like my style of what you'd call bodybuilding. I'm just building my body up to be a tank and to be able to withstand anything I can throw at it. And I've done a pretty good job. I mean, I built my quads, erectors, traps pretty well. I mean, I used to have tiny traps. I used to have pencil legs. I used to have very little upper back development. And basically training this way has allowed me to get this kind of stuff. I would say that this was one of the hardest workouts I've ever done, both mentally and on paper. I was not in the zone at all. I've been in the vehicle for basically 2 days straight. I drove out to Fargo, North Dakota on Wednesday, and it was like a 12-hour trip, and I drove back on Thursday. So I slept, got some decent sleep last night, and started my training back up today. And I would say it went pretty well. I'm pretty happy with the results. After one set, I didn't think there was any way I was going to be able to get through it. And I just kind of kept trucking. The sets didn't really get any harder. I wasn't really using my whole posterior chain. They were just kind of more leg pressy squats. Kind of sit down, stand up, bend the knees, flex the knees. It's more just to build up my ability to press off the ground with my feet. The thing I'm planning to do in the next few weeks is build up my foundation, do several sets of 20, 2 or 3 times a week, so that I can maybe go for a huge set of 20. At a bare minimum, 405 for 20. Moderate goal would be like 440 for 20. Pie in the sky would be 440 or 484 for 20. I would be very happy with those results, and then I'd like to peak that down to some good sets, you know. Maybe throw wraps on and go for 500 for 20, like Tom Platz style, 23 reps. It's kind of something that I've always looked up to with his training style. God, you gotta be fucking kidding me!